moving on with the haunted hospital now. I believe this is part 3. I could be wrong, but anyways, I just wanted to show you that I've done a little bit of additional bevel work on this. It's probably just overkill and wasting polys, but just, I don't know, maybe it'll catch a bit of light, or it was kind of bothering me that it was just completely flat. So anyways, and the only other thing is I raised the ceiling a little bit more, because I'm going to do the door here now. So yeah, so let's just work on that little by little. Okay, so yeah, this is Haunted Hospital. I'm using 32 vertices, and it is open as a challenge now. That's happening because I've got collection here, and I've made copies. So I'm just going to move that to the general, I don't know, general collection. All right, so I'm going to rotate what, X90. Look from the front, and I'm going to make this big enough, I think, to fit. Let's try it this way and delete this. I was saying something a minute ago. Actually, no, let's do it this way. I take it back. Let's build that right now. Try it that way. See if this is the way I want to do this. Scale this in the X. Not sure that this was the way I wanted to do it, but we're going to try. I'm going to scale that in Z a little bit flatter like this, and something like that. And I'll take this and I'm just going to scale it sort of by hand and try to get it to match. Let's scale Z0. Let's see. Not too off from what I want to do. Let's try coming in here and just putting in 3 edge loops, taking this vertex and pulling it up, and these 2. Oh, I didn't get the other one. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that. Okay, so maybe I'll extrude backwards. Take the whole thing and pull it in. I think I better recalculate outside. How's that? And then what I thought I would do for this is I'll click there and I'll Control B. I hit face and I'll pull forward a bit. Maybe like that. It's going to be pretty straightforward. We'll just bevel these. Control B, and I'll bevel quite a bit, and I'll put 1, and then here and here. Yeah, why not? Do that. I will end up with a subdivision surface. Let's just focus on this. Okay, got rid of those. All right, let's go in here and get rid of these bottom faces there. Let's do Control 1, shade smooth, and I should turn on my screencast keys, shouldn't I? Slash key to bring everything back. I hope that's wide enough for what I want to do. I wish I did that a bit earlier. Let's see if I can still widen this. I'm going to Control plus a bunch of times. That might be enough. Let me try an Alt S. I think I may be happy with that. I think what I'll do is I'll take this edge and I'll bring it forward to sharpen that up. And I will look at it later and I'll decide if I want more edge loops in there. Let's actually double check that. Okay. So we're going to have that. And then I'm going to have a bar in between. So let's start with that. All right, let's put that in there. All right, let's start. Let's make a collection for this one. New collection. Let's call this door. Is this going to be the one? Or this would be the doorway, I suppose. All right. Rotate X 90. Scale in the Z. Scale in the X. And up here are going to be windows, and below that are going to be tall doors. We'll get rid of that back face. Let's go ahead and bevel that and then see how we're liking it. Now this piece is actually going to be up here, and below that is going to be another thicker piece. So let's just grab that piece there, bring it down, P to break it out, let's scale that in the Z, and extrude it back, getting rid of that. Okay, then I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to, let's see. Tell you what, let's bevel these edges here. Let's bevel those like that, and that'll give me a space here that I can just extrude out a little bit and do my second bevel, which is going to be right here. I guess I do have that. That edge and that edge. This piece is going to have a bit of detail, just like that. Deal with smoothing later. Now, both of these, do you have ends? You do, so we'll get rid of those. We'll cut down a little bit where we can, and where we don't need. This one is just a cross piece. So that, and then shifty, rotate Y90, right in the middle. Go to wireframe and grab, say, the top and just put it underneath here, and this part underneath there. Okay, but this piece I'm going to have, I'm going to scale that a bit. I'm going to have it come out, and this piece, I guess all of it, back a little ways. I can extend this piece a little bit. I'm actually going to, I guess, array this, or maybe I'll just copy it. Let's see. Let me think here. If I just put it in here, probably not the way to do it without doing it with an array. Okay, not bad. I want this a little bit more square. There. So that's up there. I'm going to pull this back a little bit, not much. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now these, I think I am going to do the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the front parts of these, and I'm going to extrude them out a little bit, and I'll bevel these for actually a little bit of detail. Just catch some light. Okay. Let me try that again. Okay. I'll take all of it, recalculate outside, try that. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, a bit more detail. I'm going to do the same thing on this piece here. Control L. In fact, I may bring that back a little bit. I will extrude this out just a little bit. I may move the whole thing back and grab that edge and Control B like that. And maybe I'll take these, I'll make them narrower. Doesn't really matter, you're not going to see in behind there anyhow. There. Okay, so hopefully that's all right. Good, so now the next thing is going to be the doors themselves. So let's see here. Let's try this. Let's put an edge loop and split it to about there. Let's take the whole thing, just move it so I can see it. Okay, so we did that. I'm going to have a bigger section down here in a similar width section here. It doesn't have to be perfect, it can be a little bit bigger. Let's get rid of that. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to extrude this back, and I am going to have one of these doors open, and so I might see a little bit of the back side, although I doubt it, but I know it's hard to say for sure, so I think I'll make it. Let's see. I'll make it like that thick. I can always adjust this. And let's just focus on the door itself and put an edge loop here with Control B, split it, and then I'm going to have a small piece projecting out this way. I'll show you what I mean. Just like that much. Maybe too little. You know what? A tiny bit more. Like that. Okay. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to take the edges here. Let's try on both sides so I can do this all at the same time. Control B, and I'm going to do that with one. And then I may take, do I want to do more than that? Yeah, I think I will. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece here, E and Alt S, I'm going to pull that in. And then we'll do those bars. So I may thicken the whole door. We'll double check that. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do that. I may even put a small bevel on this one here. Let's catch a bit of light just to make it a little bit more interesting. Do that, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, and now I need, let's take the door and bring the 3D cursor there. And let's bring in a plane. I'll scale that in the X. I want some vertical and horizontal parts because this is going to have windows on it as well. So let's do this. Let's rotate X 90. And my 3D cursor is right there, so I'm going to move it out to there. And pull it up. And down. And I think before I do anything else, I'll do a mirror. And I'll just try to get this kind of equal. It doesn't really matter that much. Say I had it like that. And now I'm going to extrude this back. And then I may not get rid of the back sides on this one because of the way I'm going to have the door on both sides. So I think I will, let's take just that and get rid of the extra faces, the top and on the bottom. And selected, we just got the edges. And we'll give this a bevel like this. And I guess we'll probably go in and out, won't we? So let's go GY. No, let's go SY. Or we'll come out like, maybe like that. We'll get rid of the faces and then we'll bevel that. And then we'll use that piece just to copy around. Where am I going down here? Period key to focus on that. Nope, not that. X faces. Okay, and then select that edge and the ones on the back. That edge and that edge. Control B. Maybe I'll recalculate outside first of all. Okay, you don't want to do it, or you do want to do it? What is with you? There we go. Okay. Don't worry about shading later. All right, so what have we got? We got those pieces there, and that's fine. Let's just duplicate that. Rotate Y 90. Get rid of the mirror on this one. I can just scale that in the X. And the one in front or behind. So the vertical one is in front in this case. I'll do the same on this thing. I'll just lengthen that piece there. Okay. So let's try getting squares. Let's see if squares work with an array in the Z. I better control A, rotation and scale. Okay, I could tell that it was off because my array was not working the way it should. And I think I'm going to go for 5. And let's just see if we can get this nicely done like this. Then we'll have window glass in there. And that's kind of what the basic door is going to be like. And so let's have a look at this. I think what I need to do is move this all. Okay, that one's a little bit behind. That's going to be fine anyhow. Let's apply that array. Apply that. Oh, don't duplicate it. Apply that mirror. I'm going to join those. And I'm going to join that to the door. So it's all one piece. And I think what I'll do is I'll take this piece here, bring the 3D cursor there, and see what it's like mirroring this door over. Not bad so far. And so I'm going to move it a slight bit. And I think I'll scale it in the X a slight bit. Move it. Now, like I say, this one's going to be open, but just before I do that, I'm thinking of one other piece on here. Here's what I was thinking of doing. I'm going to bring my 3D cursor right there. In fact, I may even use that piece, regardless of where it is. Shift-D, just pull it out, P, break it out, and have this. And, you can see there is a small bevel on there from the door itself, so that's good. I'll come in there. And maybe for the time being, I don't need that right now. I'll put on weighted normal, and normal's auto smooth. And I will recalculate outside. That's just a shadow I'm seeing there, so. I'm going to join that to the door. We'll do that, and let's merge by distance just in case. Okay, so this one, I'm just going to rotate this in the Z. And this is what I was getting at. That would be open like that. Maybe a trail of blood. And I can leave it like that. And that is actually what I wanted to accomplish in this video tonight for you. Alright, so this is what I have now. And we're going to move on. I need to put this strip along the wall here. There's some stuff to put down here, and then it's going to be a lot of texturing. But there's also some equipment in the hallway as well that I will have a look at. So it's a slightly different lighting. That is what I'm going for there. Yeah. Okay. I'll look at all shading and stuff like that later on, but I still got my guy here for relative context, and I think it's looking okay. Cool. All right, so we'll leave it at that, and we'll come back and continue with the haunted hospital.